welcome back. I just thought I would drop a new video, mainly because it's such a beautiful day today. So Sharon and I have developed a sort of a routine where we get up very early on a Friday morning and get out of bed and quickly pack up the car and the cat, and we head up to here. And then Sharon continues to do her work, and we have an extended weekend, and we try to do this pretty much every week. And it certainly does help, just take our mind off things. Anyways, today seemed particularly nice in terms of the weather, but also in terms of the things that have been happening in my life over the past couple of weeks. Now, last time I did a video, it was really concerning the surgery and my recovery. Well, for the most part, I think I have recovered well. I can do pretty significant walks now, on the order of 6-7 kilometers over several walks during a day. I'm not super fast or anything like that, and by the end of it, I'm pretty tired. But nonetheless, my lungs don't hurt, and all of the soreness from the surgery wounds, and that's all passed. So that's all great news. Looking forward, next week we have our next meeting with the oncologist, who will report to us the findings of the pathology report. That is, the nasty bits that they removed from my lungs in the surgery. They have now presumably sliced and diced the whole thing, and can give us a better sense of what might lie ahead in the longer term. So we do have some news coming up. So in some sense, that's all the more reason for us to try to make the best of things this week. So what has happened this week, aside from recovery? Well, a little while ago, if you're on with me on social media, I talked a little bit about getting gifts. So one of the best things about getting sick is people give you stuff, and really good stuff too, because I think pretty much everybody puts a little bit more thought into a gift, not like maybe what we would normally do if it's a regular gift giving activity, like Christmas or even birthdays and things. Sometimes, let's face it, we all get into routines and we just buy stuff. But when you get sick, people put a fair bit of thought, and they think about who you are, they think about what you might need, they think about what might bring a smile to your face. And in fact, this week I got one of those, and it's this mug, and it actually relates to something I've talked a fair bit about, which is, how do I put things into perspective? This is a pretty weird and not so great a situation, but how do I make sense of it all? And one of the things that I found I do a lot as I reflect on my past, we all think about looking forward and having positive attitudes, and that's all entirely correct. But the future has so many uncertainties, and let's face it, there's some parts in there that you just don't want to spend too much time thinking about. Having said that, if you are as fortunate as I have been for the past decades, I have an awful lot of things that I can think about that bring a smile to my face. So today's video, I want to talk a little bit more about that, and how my past has impacted my present and my ability to deal with my future. And I'm going to take on one particular dimension in that. And it's going to be an odd one to you, and it relates to that mug. When you think about, let's just talk about retirement, not so much illnesses and things, but when you think about what people do in retirement, one of the things that always comes up is travel, right? These are things that most people, they're too busy building their lives to go around and have extensive, meaningful travel experiences. And they a lot of times they do wait till later on in either in their careers or right retirement. My situation didn't turn out that way. For many, many years, my job, my career required extensive travel, and in fact, extensive travel to some of the nicest places in the world. And in fact, if I put a dot on all the countries that I've had significant travel to, typically because of business reasons, and that means not just stopping by airports and things. This is like staying there, doing meaningful things, meeting local people. I've visited upwards of 40 countries and some very interesting places. So my bucket list for travel is pretty light. In fact, I can't think of anything I want to do less than to sit in an airport. I don't care if I'm flying first class or in a lounge or have access to short lines or anything like that. I really, I'm looking forward to not traveling. And in fact, my bucket list doesn't really exist. I'm not going to dwell on things that I have to do. I have done an awful lot of things in my life that I'm really, really proud of. Of course, there's a bunch of things I'm not proud of, but among those things that I have done that really, really I think are noteworthy for me and maybe even some other people, I get a lot of joy out of thinking about those. And especially over the past few years, there have been multiple occasions where I got a chance to hear other people talk about the work that I've done, and maybe I've had a positive impact somewhere here and there. And certainly my role as a professor at McMaster University, that really helped when enough people knew about my past and really helped me put the pieces together. And so when all this crap happened with the sickness, it was not hard for me to look for evidence that I've had a life that was really worth living. And it helps me then project to the future on the kinds of thoughts and the kinds of reflections that I can call on when it gets not too easy. And I am pretty certain that that's going to happen more times than not. So there's an awful lot to be happy about this week. We have friends coming up to visit us here this weekend. We haven't seen them in any meaningful way for a while. So that's going to be wonderful. It's a couple of local events that I'm really looking forward to doing. And it will get me and us into a good mindset for next week. And the meeting, and following that, I have another meeting with the surgeon just to check my lungs out to make sure I'm ready for the next surgery, which will happen in the next few weeks, and we go from there. So with that, give you one final look at a glorious day today here at our little piece of heaven. It's a beautiful -4 right now. It's so warm, and so I'm going to enjoy this for a little while, and I look forward to seeing you again once my next medical hurdles pass, and if not sooner. Okay, so take care. Bye.